Started, don't worry.
Yeah, all right. Because I've had it's our first a webinar in this format, and I've had about a 7 cups after lunch. So it's a little bit a nervous, too much energy in myself. But anyway, let's start. What do you think?
What now?
I mean, let's start.
Okay, well, you're the boss.
Yes. I'll moderate. So I'll
You
introduce
you
myself.
start you start whatever you want. And we'll add it whatever you want.
Beautiful. I'll start. So basically, my name is Maxim. I am CEO and co-founder of Avara Biotech. For the past 3 years, I've been learning two things mainly: how to play ice hockey in Dubai, and I still do it pretty badly. And the second is how to analyze animal semen. And luckily, the second one is what Avara does. So basically, we help reproduction centers, animal hospitals, and breeding labs. Um, and breeding labs check semen quality, to get more pregnancies, to get more livestock and more offspring. And on this journey, we met with you probably 4 weeks back. That's how I found you. I'm pretty impressed what have been done by you, Greg. So let me introduce you as well. So you are the owner of Timber Creek Vet Hospital in Texas, and which is more importantly, you are a veterinarian with 40 years experience in real field, who genuinely loves what he does, and that is the most important thing. And that's why starting with you, I'm impressed how you started your descriptions in LinkedIn, and I truly I can feel it. So fantastic to have you today again. It's 8 a.m. I believe everything is good. And if I miss something, could you please introduce your not helper, your how to
Talking
say
about
it?
Kylie.
Yes,
This is
please.
Kylie Brown, and Kylie did everything with the Casa, little Casa handheld. We call it little Casa anyway. Kylie did every single semen test. She's going to graduate from West Texas A&M University in December. She's
Mm-hmm.
applied to veterinary school. She's already got interviews in all three that she's applied to.
Wow.
So she'll get into veterinary school. She's really, really bright. She does all the semen freezing. She collects the stallions. We all do it together, and she's as good with semen. But she's the one who did all of the playing with it. So anyway,
Great. Kali, nice to meet you. It seems I'll talk to you mostly
yeah.
today.
But I mean, it's been really, really fun for us. We anybody that doesn't know me knows we love to do what we do. We're
Beautiful.
always playing.
Yeah, I mean, the plan for this call, at the webinar, just discussion and dialogue, is very simple. I will ask just a few questions to share some stories from your life. Uh, then it's gonna be. I'll try to make a live demonstration of what's going on here, because I've got this setup, everything,
Good.
just to show it actually works. And then I don't know how we're gonna get the questions, if it's possible to do it in this way. But I mean, if somehow I receive these questions from the people who join us today, that would be amazing. If not, we will keep sharing these stories. So Greg, the first question is actually to you. It's basically, how did you become the owner of the a vet hospital in Texas?
So I graduated from vet school in '82 and went ahead and started at a place called Three Bar D Ranch in Canadian, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
It was on a bet. I wanted to be a wildlife veterinarian, and somebody bet me that I ought to go see this place. And really, what isn't what I wanted to do, and I kind of fell in love with the place. There was a man named Glenn Blodgett who's very, very famous, and he was wanting to go to the Four Sixes Ranch, which is a very famous ranch in the Texas. And he hired me, and he left. He went, and so I was on my own, and we stood 3 stallions, and they happened to be the only horse still to this day that's won the Triple Crown, the All American, the Rainbow, and the Kansas Futurities. And I had another horse called Pie in the Sky, and another horse called Bold Ego, and that was a long time ago. And so I've been involved with reproduction and horses, and then I did all the racehorse work on the ranch. I was a resident vet, and I just kept going along. And I worked for Joe Kirk Fulton for a couple of years, and then I decided a classmate and I opened this place in 1988.
Wow, 1988. Wow.
So I've been here. I've been here at Timber Creek, and you come to an area. This is Canyon, Texas, and I always thought that I had a good background, but we almost went broke. I mean, I did lots of cattle work, lots of dog work, and I'd done reproduction and everything. I enjoy it, and so I did lots of cattle work. Had feed yards here. I had wheat pasture cattle. I know a lot about cattle anyway, and had sheep and had goats and had small animals, and all of a sudden the it came back. I mean, the people were needing some expertise, and so my practice grew again. And the most embryos we've ever transferred in 1 year is 1,100,
Wow.
and we average somewhere between 400 and 500 a year now. That's by choice. Most of our embryos are ICSI. We're playing with IVF. We have a little lab, and I have a practice in Australia that we started about 6 weeks ago. And one of my associates is in Australia. That's where we're shipping all this semen that you guys get to see that we did. That all is going to Australia.
All
And
right.
that's a market for our frozen semen for our bucking horses. And the stallions that everybody's going to see today are clones. All 3 are clones. 2 of them are geldings, which I always joke that the best horse we have is a horse named Bobby Joe Skoll, and he averages somewhere between 92 and 96% motility, and the progressive is about 80 all the time, and his viability is 80 to 85%. He's the most fertile horse I've ever had. Gives about 18 billion. And we used him, and we used a horse called Full Baggage. That's a clone of a horse that's going to his 18th trip to the NFR this year. We're going to retire him at the NFR. It'll be a record. He's a 3-time world champion, and he was a gelding. And we used the clones for the show. And then we have a horse called Harry, and Harry's had over 100 horses go to the NFR. He was a stallion. He's dead now. Anyway, we used him, and all the horses are really fertile, and there are 3 different stallions that we played with to see with this machine.
Right. Nice. Nice. It sounds like impressive, like experience. I mean, Greg, or maybe Kelly, like I even knew it right now. So, I mean, what's your priority? It seems like you do a lot of job in reproduction, and like you start with semen assessment. And what's your priority in semen quality? And like how like a that's like a many like 3 questions in probably in one. If like a what's your priority when you check semen? How do you do it right now? And how do you see the future of like the semen assessment? Maybe the 4th one, I don't know. I mean, if it's enough, like could you please share your experience on how like you have found our semen analysis app? And I just I encourage you like to be transparent as you have been all this time in terms of like well, really looking for really like a real feedback to improve. So the main point is like the goal is to make it real, so it works. And then like but I would definitely encourage you like to start with like what's your priority on the check semen, how do you do, and yeah, these 2.
So obviously, with the priority with checking semen is we want pregnancies. I feel like a lot of stallions these days are not as fertile as they should be, and people try to ship semen, and maybe you're not getting as good of a dose as you want. I think that this is a really good product for maybe like smaller facilities or people who do their own breeding, because it is, pretty inexpensive and very easily available. And I think that it just kind of makes it holds the stallion owners to kind of a higher standard when people can actively check semen. Obviously, our stallions have really high rates, but a lot of stallions aren't like that. I think, like we said, we're really worried about the motility, progressive motility, and then especially with the freezing process, because a lot of frozen semen, once they go through that process, it actually kills a lot of the semen. And so having frozen that is high quality is really important. I think that we kind of struggled. I think that the software kind of struggled to actually read the frozen semen just because it is in like a egg-based extender that kind of has like a yellowish tint. Let's see what else. I mean, there's really great things about it, and I think that it's really easy to use, and it's really nice that you can take a 3-minute or 3-second video and then get those results almost immediately. And you can do it from anywhere. Like Greg was talking about, we have this is a small little tiny microscope that he used for cattle semen.
It was very expensive. It's phase contrast, and this is what we used to use for bull semen. I still use it for bull semen, but this thing fits great on it. Works great on it. We just turned it sideways, and it allows us to do bull semen. I think the nice thing about any of these things that you can see before, obviously the CASA machine, you can see that it's on a big screen, but a lot of the things we do, we started with a blue box, the old time blue box, that blue, which is it's a modification of the old Spec 20. That's what we started with. And, actually it's the same machine I had when I started. It's an 84 or 85 model, and it still works great, but it's not very accurate. Okay. And it doesn't show motility. It kills the sperm. So this thing is really nice. The nice thing is like Kylie said, anybody can have one of these. Any client can have one of these. Any client can look at their own semen, and it is what it is. And she is so correct in that we haven't selected for fertility, although genes, that genetic component is quite low. It still is heritable, and I think we have absolutely destroyed our horses. The numbers are way smaller than they used to be, and the motility isn't as good, and they don't freeze as good. And this is a really nice thing to quickly go ahead. And my God, those CASA machines are so expensive. We got a nucleo counter; it's expensive, and the CASA machine is expensive. And if you don't do this 70 times a day, this little machine was great. I mean, it really, really was great. Kylie would come in and we'd match them, and Kylie ran every test. And I'd sit there and watch, and she'd send it, and she sent everyone to me. You can see the sperm really well. I think for like I said, for a client, do you want to see it? You can text it to them, which is really nice immediately. Which there's some really, really good things about it. I mean, and clients want to be involved, especially we breed lots and lots of horses. Most of our stud peas are really, really expensive. And when you get a semen that isn't wiggling and you can share it with the client immediately, they really, really like that. They want to be a part of that. And this allows them to do that and not spend very much money. I mean, it's very accurate.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you for the kind words. I know we're preparing the report. I mean, concentration is a little bit different, it's almost low, but we are performing pilots in 6 countries so far, and we see the same situation. So we totally understand. So the technical team is working on it. At least the same a motility and progressive, more or less a match with the CASA results, indifferent, including Kaiser, Underscope, Hamilton. So I mean, depends on where we are right now. But a concentration is yes, and it can be explained, and we actually explain it in our report that it's all about volume. So we want to avoid these CASA slides for obvious reasons. It's expensive as well, these consumables, and we want to calculate, and we calculate the volume actually by the software, just to go to the concentration. So that's where we're probably stuck right now, but guys are working. But anyway, thank you for very warm feedback about it, regardless that the numbers are not matching and the difference, I mean, sometimes twice, not like a 1%.
Yeah, it's not very, there's not much difference. And, I didn't add on that, we just did horses. I can see this would be great in small animal, especially for practitioners that don't do much repro, small animal, and in cattle would be great. We can do our bulls in 2 seconds. Just put that thing on there. You'll be able to see it. You'll be able to keep those and you could run them later. You see what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
can do your little videos and do about 20 of them and then come back and put them in the deal. And you can, if a client wants to know exact percentage, which we really don't, I mean, in bulls, it's not as critical as it is in horses. And dogs, you can see if the dog semen's alive. I mean, it's kind of cool. I mean, and like I said, we haven't played with it with that yet. So anyway, and like I said, probably your strength is the animals you've had. We haven't done it in goats yet. We haven't done it in sheep. I mean, I'd like to see it in everything. If it can do everything, which I can't believe it couldn't, you would have something that you could do everything in. So, all species.
Yeah, yep. That's as a that's I mean that is a ultimate goal to make this tool and this app a certification tool for anyone who is involved. Basically, that's the mission, to make animal fertility data simple, accessible, and reliable for anyone who needs it. Because eventually, I've been raised in a family of the fishermen, so my father has been fishing for 50 years. And even myself, I tried to become this sea wolf, but it's a very hard job. It's a very hard job, and it was that's how I know how hard to raise animals. But it's not about livestock. I've never had a farm. Still believe I will have one, and but yeah, I mean it's very, so if we can help with a piece of data at the beginning of this journey, understanding how much farmers can lose because of this a tiny thing. I mean, I would say we would perform our mission. So I mean, again, thank you for your support. I was going we came from camel farm, so we did one pilot was testing with Dr. Olu here in Dubai Camel Reproduction Center. Basically, I mean, she and Brandon from Fujairah Cloning Center, they supported us from the beginning. They met us first 3 years back, and they saw how we progressed step by step. So now when the app is alive, we even celebrated with them. And again, I was going and I was trying to I'll try to share my screen. Sorry, again, it's some technical.
See, we don't do camels, and we both read mostly Kylie. They're not fertile, so I'm kind of glad that we're not doing camels.
Oh, really? And can you see my screen? Can you see this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the app, because I just can't. Let me. And it's supposed to be, no, it's not here. I just want zoom this one. Oh, oh, sorry. You still can see it, yep?
Yes.
And for some reason, it's nice. Ah, okay. Ta-ding. Oh yeah. Sorry. Okay. Basically, I'll try to do it as quickly as possible. So I will turn on my simple microscope I bought for 300 to do the test, and I need to switch to videos, and I pretty much so I don't know can you see it right now?
Yes.
Sorry for asking, because it's one screen, and I need to manage many things. So basically what we asked for, and like Kelly, you went like through this procedure mostly. So we asked like to have a slide with the semen, basically 200x magnification for any microscope. This is a dry like and diluted basically camel semen that like we evaluated last Tuesday, this Tuesday. I'll try like to make okay. All that eventually. So nothing alive. I'll try like, to make it. So that basically this kind of video we actually ask from clients like to make 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's recorded. What else? It's very simple. You open up the app itself. Start semen analysis, you put some information, and I know it's a pain in the ass. Yes, Kelly, like when you have like to enter animal information all the time before uploading the video, yeah?
Just like typing it in, especially because I would run multiple tests on each semen collection. I did anywhere from 3 to 5 on each one. So that was just kind of, I was like, it'd be nice if I kind of typed it in and it kind of had a little bit of memory.
All right. But yeah. That's what we're gonna change for sure, because I hate it when I'm doing tests personally. It's like we just had a discussion with my co-founder, like who's a technical lead of the company, Edward, like this morning, and it was about we need to change it. I'm just tired like to enter information all the time before I need like to upload, and we're hearing this feedback from anyone. So no, it was like a dilution or something. So it was like a fresh camel semen. Oh, it's actually bull, but like okay. So that was like a few videos that is like recorded like previously, but let's choose the this one and upload it. So now it's analyzing basically, yeah. There are like a few reports from my side when I did it, like, or I demonstrated it, like how it works, like to investors. But Kelly, any more like things on how like to do it, like it's smoothly, like for you?
I think another thing that I kind of talked about would be nice is if it kind of had like if it filed away the information. So if I had like if I could put it all in a file and say like, okay, here is all of my collections of hairy semen and kind of the report, so you can kind of look back and be like, okay, we had a good day on this day, we didn't have a good day on this day. Just kind of having like that window option.
All right. Yes. But it's more about reporting. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The analysis done. So like we can open it up, see. So it's about like a 9 cells, and based on the dilution rate and the volume it calculated, it gives us the concentration. Yeah, it's beautiful. 13 progressive materiality when they stack. So it definitely needs to like to be some areas like to be improved. And then the beauty thing is just exactly you can send it out, and we will definitely, yeah, I'll send it like to Edward for him to know what's going on, and pretty much that's it. So what we will like develop soon is another point, is like this like a fertility map, which eventually will show like where the analysis was done globally, and we'll create this like a global animal fertility map, kind of Google map of animal health. But basically, from my side, as a live demo, that's how it works. And you pretty much know. I just demonstrated it like to people who join us through LinkedIn. Hope like the link and the webinar is still live, still ongoing. But I will switch it off. Sorry. Yeah. Let me. Zoom workplace. No. Somehow I need like to move you. No, not this one. To move you back. Mm. Mm. I'm sorry, like for this technical stuff. This one, not this one, but it's a very good picture. But it's not this one. I need to do this. I got it. So everything is in parallel.
Yeah.
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 You're back. I found it. I found it. So we can proceed. And the question side. So basically, that's pretty much that's it. Like what I mean, that's it from point of view. What I wanted like to demonstrate to the people who join us today, because like half of them actually joined the pilot program, and many of these people helping, and honestly, most of them even declined this small honorarium we had like for the test, just to cover this basic costs of like of semen itself, because time like, sometimes it costs a lot. And I mean, it's really like we felt the support, and that kind of support is what like it keeps us moving. And if some people who join us today still think about like any possibilities like to join the pilots, yes, please jump in. You are very welcome. We need like we need more data and more constructive feedback to make the app better, and to make it as accurate as it's actually possible, considering all the technical challenges we see. Because like as soon as you use another smartphone and a microscope, it's all about optical. Basically, you can detect what you can see, but so that's what kind of routine we want to automate. I don't know if I have any if I need somehow I can't get questions from the audience from the webinar. Let me ask. What's your plan? What's your plan for the next? How are we gonna proceed with our pilot, Kelly?
Oh, I think we're just gonna kind of keep going along, and probably as the breeding season picks up, we'll have access to a lot different stallion semen. So it'll be interesting to see how it performs with stallions that perhaps aren't as modal as our bucking horse stallions are. And it'll be interesting to look at semen that's kind of been cooled and has been shipped. And so you can see the rates that perhaps like the stallion station sends, and compare it to what we get with our CASA and with the MOXA.
I got it.
Be real world. Geez. 20 different, 30 different stallions. And most of it's cooled, some's frozen, a little bit of everything here. We bred, I don't know, we'll breed over 1,000 mares. So I mean, there's a lot of different stallions that will be sent, and then we'll see. We'll just, like I said, it would be nice to have it be so fast. That's what's so nice. You just have it set up, and we have several microscopes, and you know that it wouldn't take anything. And Kylie's is on a heated microscope, so that's why it's nice to have a heated microscope. I mean, if you know, you don't necessarily have to have it. You better, if you don't have one, you better look pretty quick. But I think it helps. It helps with phase. We've tried it with non-phase and phase, and I think phase contrast makes it a lot prettier because it kind of makes it glow a little bit, and it seems to be more accurate with phase. It is very accurate. I mean, as long as you get close, I'm good. I mean, we're not doing a stallion breeding report. All we need is to know, is that semen good or not?
Clients will really like looking. They can see the video of the semen, and they
Yes.
can see the report, and they can take it with them. I think that they'll really
It's going to
appreciate
be
that.
really nice. Like I said, we print it immediately. They can see it. We can text it to them if they want. You know what I'm saying? I think clients are really going to like it. We started sharing this with our clients about 3 years ago,
Mhm.
and they really, before you just didn't. I mean, you assume your clients don't know anything because most of them don't, but they do, and they want to know. And so this is a really neat little deal because everybody's got an iPhone, and it's something that is pretty, and it's little. I mean, and you don't have to spend tons of money, and that's the best part because you already have a phone. You can get the app, and it's not a big deal. I think this thing's going to fit really nice, and so that everybody can have one. So
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. That's like what we started like 3 years back, believing like it will have the industry and the people like again. Well, it sounds like we can expect more data in this case. And Kale, I would
yeah, I mean, you
highly
can with
appreciate.
data, we'll
I
make
would
it better.
Kylie, I would highly appreciate if you add your picture in the report, because you will be one of the people who gonna sign. You are the main person here. Seems like that. So you're already there. So please correct me if I spell like your name wrong in the above sections. And that sounds great. That's we can keep going with the app. With the app and with testing. And what's the good part, we've already started using your data to improve the model. To be honest, we haven't had the fresh wine semen properly recorded like you did, to detect. So basically, it was the previous on the previous a lot of data, very very a high quality data, and it's all about how it's this data was marked. And I've got some questions, and I'll try to translate it to. For some reason, it was pum, 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 pum. Okay, Ankit asked the question: for horse, you do two collections at the same time, or what? And if so, does both have the similar parameters like motility, percentage, and concentration?
They asking me.
Yeah, they're asking.
None of ours are the same. I've never had a stallion. Even I stood metallic cat. We bred 700 mares one year, and I mean, every time we collected, it was different. You see what I'm saying? So the amount, the different. I mean, you could tell metallic cats. Is that the question, or is it you could do as many stallions as you want? Just
Well,
make sure that you have them all set there, and you could run them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. Just put them in extender, and like I said, you have to use extender because if you don't, it's too concentrated for the machine to see. And
all
just
right.
remember what you do. I mean, I think you could collect 10 and have them there, and then do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that,
All right.
fast as you want.
All right. All right. I hope
Does that
Ankit.
answer that question or no?
For me, yes, but the question came from Ankit. So the next question, to you, folks. I will read as it's written hi Texas, what's your post-thawing motility rates for stallion semen? Do you know Elgin breeders in Texas? And the second one is, do you know Elgin breeders in Texas also?
Yes, very well. The man that started it just died. Now, he was a dear friend of mine. Charlie Graham started. I know that whole thing really well.
Wow. And the first one was your post-thawing motility rates, if it's not a secret.
So it really, again, that's very stallion dependent. We have stallions that maybe their original collection is 70%, and then they freeze or they thaw somewhere in that 40% range. And then yesterday we collected Bobby 93% in his original collection, and I think our
87.
87 was our post thaw. So it's just very stallion dependent. And I mean, there are some stallions that don't freeze well at all, that might have a collection that's, in that 80% range, and then you freeze it and you thaw it and it's pretty much all dead.
Good.
Great. The third question is from Umran. Does it have, maybe like, do you have a database? No, maybe it's like for us. Does it have a database where it stores the analysis for each animal separately? It most likely to us, yes. I'm sorry. I was like, do you have this database? Yes, Imran. I'm sorry. Yes, Imran. It's all about data, and we can properly like store it. It's your data first of all. You own it. For us, like nothing like a personal. We don't know like what kind of animal, like age and all this like a personal information. We've got this like a raw video and the data itself. This like a 2 parameters, and yes, we can keep it. And as long as you need it, you can even generate a fertility report within like a season, within a few years. Or 15 years to see the trend of like a fertility trend of your particular animal. So yes, it's possible, but it's very important like to keep using the app. And if you even like pay during this period, it will be like a much better. So yeah, as long as you like aware with us, yes, it's your data, and you can do it like we can provide it to you in any form you want. And you can do it like by yourself. Actually, we will add it. It's just like it will be added like this kind of like buttons and features in the app that will be added. Umut is asking. Also, I'm curious about. That's definitely for you. Also, I'm curious about your freezing steps and which kind of equipments you use. For example, you freeze in store foam or special chambers for this aim.
We found out that for these times, the cheap stuff works great. We use ARS does all our freezing extender. We played with it. They make some extenders that are low glycerol. For some, you got to play to find out what they like. And some stallions don't mind. We like the high glycerol freezing because it looks like that if you're going to use those for ICSI down the road, the high glycerol, believe it or not, even though it's high glycerol, has a much higher rate with ICSI than the low glycerol. And the low glycerol, we believe you need to put it in a semen freezer for the low glycerol freezing. And you can get the kits. You get a kit from select breeders or from lots of places. Mini Tube, they all have little kits that have all the different extenders so that you could collect your stud and match it, to begin with. But we like this ARS, and we like the high. A lot of people don't like that high glycerol, but man alive, is it? These stallions love it. So Metallic Cat loved it. So some stallions you got to be careful with and use that slow cool and really low glycerol. And I mean, like I said, you get a kit and you can in a week you can figure out which one is the best one for your stallion. And like I said, this would be great for that you could check every little one and figure it out. So
Figure out.
yeah.
Beautiful. The next question is probably like to both of us. It's Dr. Farouz. Greg, did you use like a 200 magnification or 400 magnification for motility?
200. She put 2, and then what'd you put on your iPhone?
And then I put my iPhone at Zoom 3.
Okay. So it's like basically less. Yes. Based on our experience, like a 200 is enough. 200 is enough, and some magnification. Yes. We.
If you make more, you can see it, but the machine doesn't do very good.
It doesn't read it as well.
The bigger you make it, the less it reads it perfect at 3 and 200.
Yeah, it's a golden mile. I mean, a golden mile. It's just like a between. It's like a do not like magnify too much. do not do like a much magnification, and again like
Right.
just somewhere in the middle. And again, this is just a balance between like to catch as many cells as possible. However, again, the ultimate goal for us and what we're doing is calculate the volume of field of view based on the semen we can see, and that's very important. That's how like that's mathematics behind like this approach and feature to avoid CASA slides, very expensive one. So yeah, it's basically we played around like this 400 as well, but I mean 200 like works perfectly.
And this was all fresh semen, so it was wiggling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Najmi is asking, do you sell the software or everyone needs have a specific camera and the software? So basically, again, no, I mean, that was a question to me, most likely. No specific requirements to the smartphone itself and to microscope on this like optic power of it. So 200x magnification, any smartphone, stable video, zoom it in when you like record, and it should be fine. It should be fine. With the quality of the mobile camera, not. Yeah, Imran is asking, will the quality of the camera not affect the results? It depends how you record the video. No, it's not supposed to be. Every like a more or less like a modern like a smartphone makes a very acceptable video for the software itself. But I would like encourage and insist that you install and try it out in the field. Please come back to us with any like a feedback you have. That's how it gets better, to be honest. When you get
I think I'll add a little bit. Kylie had a teeny bit of a learning curve, but once she figured out that this color, and it's kind of funny. She goes, if it looks this color and it wiggles like this is where we get it really good. And so once you figure that out with your microscope, I think it's microscope dependent, where it has to get used to whatever you want. And then once you figure it out, and Kylie's looked at, my God, so much semen that in the microscope and on everything, so she knows what it's supposed to be. But I mean, man, it was real pretty. The videos got prettier and prettier and prettier. And the prettier the video was, the bit more accurate the machine was. So, I mean, you start out, and it is very important that it's not a concentrated dose, because it can't read until you have a CASA machine and you have 8 sperm on the screen and it reads it fantastic, you just don't realize it doesn't take much, and that probably much is more accurate, the little bit, not putting too much. So
again, it's a balance, because like what we see here in Dubai Camel Reproduction Center, like with Dr. Lulu. So I mean, again, like camels, kind of animal aliens. I mean, very viscous like a semen. You have to spend a lot of time like to dilute it properly. You don't have much success with like a frozen semen. So maybe like we scroll down, and guys like Dr. Lulu like was I mean, reached some success with it. However, when we like diluted it like a first time, let's say 1 to 4, 1 to 5, and tried it out like on our machine and on CASA, CASA couldn't detect because of the quantity of the cells there. So in guys are supposed to like dilute it as again like a probably the same ratio, so 1 to 8. But again, it really it depends on the male camel they are evaluating by this time. But like yeah, so we've seen like some more questions, and we have like 10 more minutes, and like let me read like a is a question. Can we do it on plain glass slide? Do we require a CASA slide for capturing videos? No, Dr. Farouz. The whole point of the project is to remove any additional cost for you to check semen assessment. However, it's like a special hardware or CASA slides as well. So yeah, don't use CASA slides, or use it like when, I mean, if you have to.
well, you just use regular slides. No, those CASA slides are expensive. But you just use a regular slide for this.
That's good.
Was that his question? No,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
CASA slides are way different. They have a little deal where you put it underneath the slide and it sits in those are very expensive. You can buy a box of regular slides for you got to have a cover slip and a slide and it's really cheap, that part. But for the CASA slides, those are expensive and I don't know that you could even use them, nor would you want to.
I mean, we met with a few like directors of the labs, and when they do like a few, like even hundreds of inseminations like per year, it's fine. But when it comes to thousands of inseminations, okay, if it's like a few months for one special bird here, but when they say like, oh, okay, we do like a 40,000 inseminations, and even like with 4 chambers of CASA, if they do it like a properly, one chamber like a per one attempt, it's like a 10,000 slides in this case, and like the price is really high. But they try to optimize it, like making like a 4 chambers, even 6 sometimes, like with the right volume. But it is what it is. It's still like I believe it. I mean, they will disappear like within the years. So, doctor adjusts which microscope is needed. A simple one, simple bright field. Yes, like this one, which I used. Nothing specific about it. And one more is cover slides. Meanwhile, you should be sure the area I'm focusing. Yes, Umut, you're absolutely right. You should focus to X multi. Yes, Umut, you're absolutely right. And we are taking into account this data. I mean, just to calculate the volume of fuel like properly. I don't see any more questions. I really happy and wanted to like to thank you, Kelly, like for doing this like a hard work, like I mean, Greg, for your like to you for for everything. The first thing I told my team when we like finish, I said like, okay, that is a life. I can talk like to many people and actually talk to many people. But do you remember what I asked you? Like as soon as like you were connected and you connected like to the Zoom, I ask like I have a pattern, just simple questions, just to ask and like to align in terms of like where we are. But as soon as you connected, I ask you like would you like how would you like to talk and to proceed with this discussion. For me it was pretty obvious you're going to support us. And intuition, yeah, hopefully I name it like properly. But again, thank you very much. We're gonna keep going, which is very important and for us and for the industry. Thank you. Thanks again, like for energy, like putting to this work. And what we can do, we can promise that we're going to use your data and improve the accuracy of the app along the way. Hopefully you will see it soon, but it's a lot of technical work like behind and on the back of it. So yeah, definitely. Anything, please. Anything you find useful to us and like say it directly in a transparent way. We really accept any feedback. Kelly, just be rude if you need sometimes.
Well, it really goes fast. She does it really fast.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm serious. By the time I walk back over there, it's all done. I come over here, all our equipment's over here in this building, and I run all that, and I run her a number on the nuclear counter so she can freeze, and then we run to the CASA, and then I walk back over there. She's already done with the little, Avari's already done. It doesn't take her. She gets it set up, and it takes her about 2 seconds. It
Beautiful,
doesn't get in her way, is what I'm telling you.
beautiful, beautiful. Great. Thank you very
Okay.
much for your time today.
We'll help anybody that needs it. Okay.
Yeah, I hope I will see you like personally soon. I'm gonna keep my journey with US visa, and I hope like to come back to Texas uh, one day. So it's been like 10 years since I've been there, but I've never been like on the north part. On the northern part,
I know Kylie and I don't plan on leaving. None of us do. We like it here.
Okay, hope to see you
Anyway,
soon in person. Take care.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.